Hello friends, in this video we will go through the planet Saturn in all 12 houses. So let's get started. So these are the contents of this video. We'll look into the significance of Saturn in Vedic Astrology, Jyotisha, and then we'll look into the strength and weaknesses of Saturn, like when is Saturn strong and when it is weak. And then we will also see the significance of all 12 houses, and then the effects of Saturn in all 12 houses, that is the positive effects of strong Saturn and the negative effects of weak or afflicted Saturn. And finally we will look into the remedies for weak or afflicted Saturn. Significance of Saturn. In Vedic astrology, Saturn or Shani is the slow moving planet. It represents discipline, delays, responsibilities and justice. It is also a strict teacher who delivers results only through hard work. And Saturn also governs longevity, structure, and karmic relations. So Saturn is the significator for discipline and responsibility, longevity and aging, detachment and renunciation, suffering and delays, justice and karma, and servants, laborers, and the working class. Saturn's strength and weakness. So here we will see how this planet Saturn is considered weak in a chart and how it is strong in a chart. So Saturn is strong in a chart if it is placed in its own sign, that is the sign of Capricorn and Aquarius, or if Saturn is exalted in the sign of Libra. And Saturn is strong in 1st, 4th, 7th and 10th house, that is the Kendra house, and Trikona house, 1st, 5th, 9th house. And it is strong if it is aspected or conjoined with benefics like Venus and Mercury. And then in retrograde, if it is retrograde and well placed, it gives deep internal strength. And if it has directional strength in the 7th house, like if Saturn is placed in the 7th house, then it gets directional strength. So Saturn is weak in the sign of Aries, where it is debilitated, and it is weak in this if it is in the Dusthana houses, that is 6th, 8th and 12th, and without any support from other planets. And it is weak if it is combust, that is it is too close to Sun, or if it is aspected by malefics like Mars. Rahu and Ketu, when conjoined or aspected Saturn with Saturn, they influence their energy into Saturn, so that's considered weak Saturn. And it's strong, it's weak if it's hemmed between malefics, and if it is retrograde but poorly placed. So it gives the outcome, but there are a lot of delays and with harsh lessons. Now let's look into the significance of the first house. First house signifies your self and identity, that is your personality, attitude and approach to life. It signifies your physical appearance, your body structure, face, health and vitality. First impressions, how people initially perceive you. Temperament, your general emotional tone, mood or mental disposition. Path to life, your personal goals, confidence and self-direction. Ego and self-image, that is how you see yourself and want to be seen. Now let's look into the positive effects of strong Saturn in the first house. You'll have a stable and grounded self-identity. You'll be responsible, mature and reliable personality. Others also see you as a dependable and thoughtful person. Lean and long-lasting body type. You tend to have a slim or tall build and can maintain your health through disciplined habits. Earns respect upon first impression. You appear serious, wise and dependable. Like you make a serious and sincere impression, and people trust your word and admire your thinking. Calm and emotionally steady. You rarely overreact and you think practically, and you think like every situation carefully. Like emotional stability is your strength. Long-term focus and direction. You'll be very hardworking. You set long-term goals and you steadily pursue them, and like you'll have a great consistency in whatever you do. Humble yet self-assured image. You do not crave for the spotlight, yet people respect your strength or your inner control. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the first house: insecure or fearful identity. So you lack confidence and feel burdened early in life. Like early life may feel heavy. Frail or undernourished body. You are prone to weakness or chronic fatigue. Or you might experience health issues like low stamina. Your physical strength needs careful maintenance. Withdrawn or cold first impression. You might seem distant, overly serious, or unapproachable at first. It can take time for others to come close to you. Emotionally repressed or anxious. You overthink situations, you may hold back emotions, or worry about how you are perceived. Feels blocked in life direction. Like progress comes with delay. There could be struggle and self-doubt as well. It like you could get achievement later in life, but it will teach lasting lessons. You will always feel stuck and everything seems slowing down in your life. Low self-worth or heavy self-image. You could have like harsh self-judgment and feeling of like you can be overly hard on yourself and feel like you are not enough. Second house signifies wealth and possessions, your income, savings and material security, family and early upbringing, your childhood environment, family values and speech and voice, your confidence in communication, values and worth, both like what you value materially and emotionally, food and sustenance, your diet, your taste preferences, and your relationship with food, face and mouth, facial feature, teeth and expression. Strong Saturn, positive effects. Strong Saturn in the second house. Disciplined in financial manners. So you build wealth slowly but steadily. Like you manage your money carefully, you value savings, and you avoid impulsive spendings. Respects family tradition. There will be a strong connection to your family values and your heritage. Serious and wise communicator. You speak with depth, maturity, and caution. You speak thoughtfully, with maturity, and other people like listen to your words. Clear personal values. Your priorities or your values are clear. You value honesty, discipline, and like long-term security. Restrained and mindful eater. You are conservative with your diet. You prefer healthy routines. You have simple food preferences, and you follow them consistently. You have a consistent healthy diet. Structured facial features. Your face may show angular features, a bony structure, or a serious expression. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the second house. Financial anxiety or delays. So you might struggle with money. There could be a fear of poverty, or you could experience income instability. There could be ups and downs with your income, and distant or cold family relations. So there could be lack of emotional connection with your family in your childhood. Your early family life might have lacked like emotional support or warmth. Flat or suppressed voice. So you could have difficulty expressing feelings powerfully. Like you may hesitate to speak or feel your voice, and your voice could also lack emotional tone, rigid or conflicting values. You could feel so there could be struggle between duty and desire, that like there could be struggle between the rules of the society and your personal desires, restricted eating or digestive issues. So you may avoid food and face digestive concerns. You may struggle with food habits, your appetite, and have digestive discomfort. Dry or aged facial expression, like you may appear older than your actual age, and you could also be less expressive, and you could always seem to be serious with serious expression. Third house signifies communication skills, how you speak, write, and express yourself, your siblings and neighbors, especially your younger brothers and sisters, and nearby community. Courage and initiative, like your drive to take risk and face challenges, and short journeys or travels, like frequent local travel and movement. And mental strength, your willpower, focus, and mental stamina. And learning and hobbies, like acquiring new skills, interests, and daily activities. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the third house: serious and disciplined communicator. So you speak thoughtfully and with authority. You speak with care and purpose, and people listen to your words. Strong bonds with siblings and neighbors. You are responsible with your neighbors and protective towards your siblings. Courageous yet cautious. Like you face challenges with patience and planning. Consistent short distance traveler. You regularly travel, like regularly and purposefully to the local traveling. Like it could be travel for work or some purpose and discipline. Focused and determined mind. So you have a excellent concentration, and your determination is also high. Dedicated on learning and skills. You work hard to master new skills and hobbies. You are always committed to improving yourself. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the third house: reserved or harsh communicator. So your speech may be overly serious or distant or with a cold tone, and you could be reserved and rarely speak. Like others might find you hard to connect with. And a strange sibling neighbor relationship, there could be misunderstanding or distance with siblings or neighbors. Lacks confidence in taking risk. You could be always hesitant or fearful to face challenges or take risk. Limited or forced travel, like travel may feel burdensome or restricted. There could be delay in travels. You could find it burdensome rather than enjoyment. Scattered or weak focus. So there could be issues with mental concentration. Your mind couldn't focus on one thing. Like your mind may wander or fatigue easily, making it hard to concentrate. Reluctant to learn or try new things. Like you avoid learning new skills. You may resist to changes or new activities. It's because of your self-doubt or fear. Fourth house. So fourth house signifies home and property, like your land, residence, or domestic comfort. Mother and nurturing, a relationship with your mother and maternal figures. Emotional foundations, like inner peace, mental stability, and emotional security. Education and roots, like your early learning, cultural background, and family traditions. Vehicles, like personal transport and comforts. Happiness and contentment, sense of well-being and life satisfaction. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the fourth house: stable and secure home environment. So it will create a disciplined, structure, and lasting home environment. Your residence feels safe and long-lasting. respectful and responsible towards mother. There could be a strong sense of duty and care in maternal relationship. You could show deep respect and responsibility towards your mother or any maternal figures. Emotionally resilient and grounded. You maintain a inner calm and mental toughness. You remain calm during emotional stress. Values, education and tradition. So you have deep respect for cultural roots and education and learning. Practical and cautious with possessions. You carefully manage your property and assets. Steady source of happiness and contentment. You find happiness in routine and simplicity. And you find happiness in emotional stability as well. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 4th house. Unstable or burdensome home life. So home may be restrictive, cold and uncomfortable. It could be difficult to relax. Difficult or distant relationship with mother. So you may experience emotional distance or challenges with your mother. Emotional insecurity or anxiety. So you could have hard time maintaining inner peace, and that could be anxiety or sadness. Disinterest or obstacles in education. There could be challenges or delays in your education, in learning or cultural growth. Or there could be lack of interest as well in education. Careless or neglected possessions. So that could be property loss. Because of your problem with managing your assets. Difficulty feeling content or happy. So finding happiness or contentment might be difficult. There could be struggle finding happiness, and it might require conscious efforts and patience to get joy in life. 5th house. 5th house signifies creativity and self-expressions, like your artistic talents, hobbies, children and progeny, like relationship with children, fertility and parenting, romance and love affairs, love life, dating and romantic pleasures, intelligence and learning, like mental creativity, intelligence, and also speculative thinking, like speculations, and past life karma, like spiritual gifts or karmic debts related to joy and creativity, and speculation and investment, like risk taking with money, gambling, investments, betting, stocks, etc. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 5th house. Disciplined and responsible in creativity. So you focus intently on your creative projects and hobbies. Like you are serious with your creative projects. Steady and protective with children. So you are a reliable and serious parent, and you have a good relationship with your children. Cautious but loyal in romance. You are careful. Like you are very careful while starting your relationship, and are deeply loyal once committed. Practical and structured intelligence. You apply practical logic to your learning and problem solving skills, and you value structure as well. Strong karmic focus on past life lessons. So you work diligently to resolve creative or karmic challenges. You are aware of karmic patterns, and you work hard to grow through spiritual challenges. Careful or prudent with investments. So you avoid reckless speculations and you take calculated risk. So you always make a wise and well thought financial choices. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 5th house. Blocked or inhibited creativity. You struggle to express artistic or your playful side. You may find it hard to enjoy creative or playful activities. Distant or strict relationship with children. You may feel emotionally distant towards your kids or any younger people. Fearful or cautious in romance. You are hesitant to open up, and there could be trust issue in love matters. Like you could be afraid to open your heart, and rigid or limited intelligence. So your thinking might feel like difficulty. There could be difficulty in thinking and taking intellectual risk. Heavy karmic burdens or delays. Because of past life lessons, you could experience challenges. There could be delays because of past life issues, and there could be difficulties in joy and creativity. Losses or problems in speculations. So financial risk might not pay off, so that could lead to losses or regrets. Sixth house. Sixth house signifies health and wellness, your physical health, diseases and healing, daily work and service, like routine jobs, employment and service to others, enemies and obstacles, like challenges, competitors and hidden enemies, discipline and habits, like self-discipline, routines and habits, debt and litigation, like financial debt, legal matters and conflicts, pets and small animals, a relationship with pets and small creatures. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the sixth house. Disciplined approach to health. So you maintain a good health routine, and you care yourself. You check. You keep your health in check by following healthy routines. Hardworking and reliable employee. You are consistent, dependable, and in your daily work. Strong ability to overcome enemies. You handle conflict and competition with patience, and you have a well-planned strategies. Excellent self-control habits. So because you practice strong, disciplined, and healthy routines, that helps you maintain your health. Responsible with debt and legal issues. You take care of your financial and legal duties carefully and thoughtfully. Caring and loyal towards pets. You show your dedication and responsibilities to animals. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the sixth house. Health issues due to negligence. You may suffer chronic or recurring health problems. If you ignore symptoms or avoid care. Unreliable or lazy at work. You may struggle with maintaining like steady effort or meeting responsibilities. Struggles with enemies or competition. You may lose battles or face ongoing conflicts. Poor self-discipline and bad habits. There could be difficulty maintaining routines and habits. You might find difficult to control your impulses. Financial or legal troubles. There could be problems with debt, lawsuits, or obligations. Neglectful or distant towards pets. You may ignore or poorly care for animals. Seventh house. Seventh house signifies partnership and marriage, your spouse, business partners, and closed committed relationships. Public relations, how you relate socially and with the public. Contracts and agreements, your legal partnerships, deals, and negotiations. Open enemies, like your enemies and rivals. Balance and cooperation, harmony, compromise, and give and take in relationships. Negotiation skills, ability to find mutual agreements. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the seventh house. Committed and loyal partner. So you take relationships seriously, and you value long-term commitment. Responsible in partnerships. You are reliable and trustworthy in business and marriage. Good at negotiating and compromise. So you are skilled at finding practical solutions in any kind of conflicts. Patience with public relationship. So you handle social duties with calmness and maturity. Stable in legal agreements. You are thorough and careful with contracts and agreements. Balances give and take in relationships. You maintain harmony through fairness and discipline. You keep the balance in all kind of relationships and partnerships. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the seventh house. Difficult or cold relationships. So you may struggle with emotional distance or rigidity with your partners. Unreliable or irresponsible partner. So you may struggle to keep commitments or be dependable. Conflict prone or stubborn in negotiations. You could find it hard to compromise or resolve disputes. social withdrawal or awkwardness. In social situations, you might feel uncomfortable or overwhelming. You tend to avoid social obligations. Legal troubles or broken contracts. You may face problems with agreements or legal matters. Imbalance or unfairness in relationships. So you struggle with give and take and could have a controlling behavior. 8th house. So 8th house signifies transformation and rebirth, like death, regeneration and deep change, shared resources, inheritance, taxes and joint finances, mysteries and occult, secrets, occult knowledge and hidden matters, sexuality and intimacy, deep emotional and physical bonds, longevity and endings, lifespan, endings and crisis management, psychological depth, like your subconscious mind, fears and psychological healing. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 8th house. Disciplined approach to transformation. So you handle life changes and crises with maturity and patience. Responsible management of shared resources. You are careful and reliable with money shared with others. Deep interest in occult and psychology. So you seriously study hidden or spiritual knowledge. Stable emotional intimacy. You are loyal and steady in deep emotional or sexual relationships. Strong resilience and longevity. You endure difficult times and recover steadily. Effective crisis management. So you remain calm and practical during emergency or crisis. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 8th house. Fearful or resistant to change. So you find it difficult to accept transformation or endings. You may resist deep changes or have trouble letting go. Irresponsible with shared finances. You might mishandle inheritances or joint money. Avoids or misunderstands occult subjects. You could find it fearful or confusing about hidden knowledge. Occult subjects could scare you. Emotional coldness or distant. You may struggle to form close emotional connections. Health issues related to longevity. So you could face chronic health problems related to aging. Poor crisis handling. Like you panic and make poor decisions in emergencies. 9th house. So 9th house signifies higher education and wisdom, like philosophy, religion and long-term learning, travel and exploration, long distance travels, foreign lands or travel to the foreign lands, luck and fortune, like blessings, grace and fortunate opportunities, spirituality and dharma, like ethical living, morality and spiritual path, teachers and mentors, like guides, gurus and influential leaders, publishing and law, writing, teaching and legal matters as well. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 9th house. Serious and disciplined learner. So you commit seriously to your studies and spiritual growth. Responsible traveler. You plan and prepare carefully for long journeys. So your journeys are thoughtfully prepared. Steadfast in faith and morals. So you hold firm ethical beliefs and values. Respected teachers or mentors. You act as a dependable guide or authority in your field. Patience with legal and publishing work. So you approach writing, teaching or law with patience and care. Strong karmic focus on dharma and wisdom. So you work hard to fulfill your spiritual and moral responsibilities. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 9th house. Disinterest or delays in higher learning. You may lack focus or motivation for studies or spiritual growth or higher learning. Irresponsible or unlucky traveler. So your travel plans might get delayed or poorly managed. Wavering faith or moral confusion. So you could struggle with doubts about your beliefs or values. Unreliable or harsh teacher. You might come across as cold or inconsistent in guiding others. Impatience with legal and publishing work. So you may rush through important tasks or overlook details. karmic delays or burdens in dharma. So you might face spiritual or moral challenges that slow your spiritual progress. 10th house. 10th house signifies career and profession, your public image as well, your status, authority and ambition, your leadership roles, reputation and life goals, social status, how you are seen by society, your achievements, father and paternal figures. So your relationship with father and mentors, achievement and success, like recognition, honors and awards, work ethics and responsibilities, like discipline and dedication in professional life. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 10th house. Hardworking and disciplined professional. So you are persistent and reliable in your career, steadily climbing the ladder. Respected authority figure. So people trust and respect you as a leader or expert. Strong ambition and patience. So you patiently work toward long-term goals. So you are never rushing towards your goals. Good relationship with father mentors. You maintain respectful and supportive connections with your father figures. Recognized for achievements. You work hard and your hard work earns you awards and public recognitions. Responsible and ethical work habits. So you act with integrity and dedication in your profession. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 10th house. Career delays or obstacles. So that your progress, you might experience slow progress in your career or in your professional life. Poor reputation or lack of respect. You could face criticism or loss of authority and respect. Lack of ambition or direction. So that could be difficulty setting and pursuing your career goals. Strained relationships with father or father figures. There could be conflicts or emotional distance with father figures. Unrecognized or overlooked achievements. So your hard work might not receive the recognition it deserves. Unethical or irresponsible work behavior. So there could be lack of discipline and that could cause professional problems. 11th house. So 11th house signifies friendship and social circles, your network of friends, groups and social connections, gains and profits, like income, earning and financial gains, hopes and aspirations, dreams, wishes and future goals, support and alliances, help from others, mentors and social support, social influence, your ability to influence and connect with communities, humanitarian efforts, like involvement in charity and social causes. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 11th house. Loyal and dependable friends. So you build friendship that last and people trust you deeply. Responsible with financial gains. So you manage your earnings and profits carefully and wisely. Realistic hopes and goals. So you set practical and achievable aspirations. Strong social support network. So you will build a reliable social connection. Influential and respected in groups. So you earn respect and influence in communities and causes. Disciplined in charitable efforts. You dedicate yourself patiently to helping others and also in social causes. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 11th house. Lonely or unreliable friends. So you may struggle to build or keep friendships. Financial instability or losses. There could be problems managing income, or there could be unexpected expenses. Unrealistic or blocked hopes. Your dreams might seem unreachable or get delayed. Weak or no social support. So you might lack mentors, or you might lack support from from groups or social networks. Low social influence or respect. So you could be overlooked or ignored in groups. Lack of commitment to social causes. You may avoid or give up easily on any social causes or any humanitarian efforts. 12th house. So 12th house signifies isolation and solitude, loss and expenses, hidden loss, and also letting go of things and spiritual liberation. It also represents subconscious and dreams, like intuition, psychic experiences and dreams, It also represents foreign lands and exile, like travel abroad or settle abroad in distant places. And then it also represents hidden enemies. Positive effects of strong Saturn in the 12th house. So you will have a disciplined spiritual practice. You are patient and consistent in meditation and solitude. You are responsible handling of you handle losses responsibly. You manage your expenses and losses with care and responsibility. Strong intuition and psychic discipline. So you develop your subconscious awareness with focus and discipline. Effective isolation for growth. So you use solitude to heal, grow, and strengthen yourself. Cautious and respectful of foreign lands. So you are careful and thoughtful when traveling to foreign lands, or traveling to a distant place, or living abroad. Strategic with hidden challenges. So you wisely handle secret enemies or any obstacles. Negative effects of weak Saturn in the 12th house. Avoid solitude or spiritual practice. So you might fear or neglect meditation retreats or isolation. Poor handling of losses or expenses. You could be careless or wasteful with money. Weak intuition or confusion. So trusting your dreams or inner voice may be difficult. Struggles with isolation or confinement. So you might feel trapped or anxious when alone. Careless or reckless with foreign travel. So you may experience problems or losses during your trips to a foreign land or to a distant place. Overwhelmed by hidden enemies. So secret challenges or enemies could cause distress. Now let's look into the different kinds of remedies for weak or afflicted Saturn. So Saturn could be weak or afflicted in any of the 12 houses, and we can apply these remedies. So the first one is spiritual or ritual remedies. So you could chant Om Sham Shanisharaya Nama 108 times daily. So this powerful mantra resonates with Saturn's energy. So it could calm the malefic effects of Saturn, and it could strengthen Saturn's energy, Saturn's positive influence. Fast on Saturdays, Shanivara Brata. So fasting on Saturn's day, that is Saturday, will purify the body and mind, and it will enhance patience, endurance, and spiritual strength. Offer black sesame seeds, mustard oil, or iron items in temples. So these offerings symbolize Saturn's grounding and protective energy. So this will help absorb negativity and bring stability in your life. Worship Lord Hanumana or Lord Shani. So Hanumana and Shani are known for controlling Saturn's influence and protecting their devotees from hardships. So this will give blessings and strengthen your courage. Recite Shani Stotra or Shani Kavach. So these stotra are protective prayers that create a spiritual shield around you, so that will reduce the Saturn's adverse effects like obstacles and delays. Perform Shani Shanti Puja by a priest. So the Shani Shanti Puja is a Vedic ritual that aims to pacify Saturn's challenging influences, so that it balances karmic debts and it fosters patience and perseverance. Donate black clothes, iron, or lentils to the needy. So charity done on Saturn's color and elements help lessen the karmic burdens, and it will attract Saturn's grace, which will bring stability and long-term rewards. Behavioral and lifestyle remedies. Practice patience and perseverance. This will build resilience and aligns with Saturn relation. Avoid laziness and procrastination. So Saturn dislikes delay and inactivity. So staying active reduces its negative effects. Follow a disciplined daily routine. So consistent habit will bring structure and balance, and that will please Saturn and attract stability. Serve the elderly and those in need. So act of like any act of service will generate a good karma, and then it will soften the Saturn's stern lessons. So it will reduce the Saturn's challenges. Cultivate humility and responsibility. So being humble and accountable helps you gain Saturn's favor and improve relationships. Gemstone remedies. So the gemstone for Saturn is blue sapphire, that is Neelam. So you can wear this gemstone in silver element or in Panchadhatu on the middle finger. So you can also energize the gemstone before wearing with proper mantra and ritual. And the other item like is like you can also use iron or steel accessories to complement the gemstones. But always consult a qualified astrologer before wearing gemstones. So for the personalized guidance and also to avoid adverse effects. The fourth remedy is charity and social remedies. So donate black clothes or iron items. So giving items in Saturn's color and metals helps reduce karmic burdens, and it will ease the Saturn's harsh effects. Feed black sesame seeds, mustard seeds, and lentils to the poor. Support the elderly and those who do hard labor. So helping those people will align you with Saturn's lessons and gains its favor. Offer help to disciplined spiritual teachers or monks, and volunteer or sponsor in social service and humanitarian efforts. Now the final remedy is avoiding things like these are the things that you need to avoid to balance the Saturn's negative effects. So avoid laziness and procrastination. So because Saturn demands hard work and discipline, so avoid delay to reduce Saturn's challenges and delays. Being overly pessimistic. So negative mindsets worsens Saturn's harsh lessons. So optimism and realism help ease Saturn's effects. Dishonesty or breaking promises. So Saturn values truth and integrity. So avoid dishonesty. Avoid neglecting responsibilities or duties. Avoid excessive attachment to comfort or luxury. Because Saturn teaches detachment and endurance, so clinging to comfort weakens your growth. Avoid associating with dishonest or unreliable people, because negative company can drag you down and it will amplify Saturn's difficulties in your life. So that's all for the video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found it helpful, please like the video, comment if you have any questions or feedback. Also please share the video, and also please subscribe to the channel so that it will give me more motivation to create videos like this. Thank you.